Hello friends, I made this for. My name is Lauren. Today I have for you a reading for all of Sagittarius season. Now, Sagittarius season starts on the 22nd of November. And coincidentally, we have a new moon in Sagittarius happening on the 23rd. So I will be doing another reading for the new moon. This is just a general reading for the season. So that will go from November 22nd until I believe December 21st is the last day, or 21st is the first day of the winter solstice, and that's Capricorn season. But more on that in other videos. Let's just get a quick reading out of the way, babies. I'm about to go vending because the season has begun. Of course, if you would like to check out my store and shop and all of that fun stuff, click the links down below in my link tree. I have tons of fun things for those who might be interested. And let's get into it. Sagittarius is the teacher, the scholar, the traveler. And so this mutable sign that comes to us as we transition from fall to winter is a very potent one. One that might be really calling us to light some creative fires for ourselves. So let's begin with a card for what is our creative flame. What's a card that represents our creative flame for this season? Our collective creative flame, because this is a collective reading, don't forget. A card that represents our collective flame this season. Ace of Swords. An offering from God, a helping hand being put out from the universe, and one that is specifically geared towards the mind and how the mind works. When we see the swords, that is the brain. We're talking about the brain and all of its complex and beautiful ways. So what might be offering to us, the collective flame, is a change of ideas, maybe an opportunity to see things differently. And that honestly is really perfect for Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is always open to a different understanding, to seeing things a little bit differently. So with this offering, this hand of God being shown to us and saying, hey, let's try this way, can be a really cool experience and just a really great time to allow yourself to see the world through someone else's perspective. Perhaps that is to sit and listen, perhaps that is to sit and experience and process and see how your personal sieve processes that information. Because again, this is temperance, this is alchemy, this is learning, this is teaching, this is all those different things. But when we see the aces, it's an opportunity that's being handed to us of something new and different. So, collectively, how can we embrace what is being handed to us better? How can we embrace this gift with more openness? What's a medicine card for that? Another card that I've recently pulled, the Six of Cups. Again, cups is talking about our emotions and our subconscious. So not necessarily unrelated to the mind, but really deepening our understanding of it to what is going on beneath the surface. And with the Six of Cups, we are being invited to see things through a childlike lens, maybe a wonderment that we haven't allowed ourselves to feel or experience in a long time. Perhaps this is a moment that we can just take and allow ourselves to be open without judgment. Perhaps that means just connecting with people that allow you to feel safe enough to be childlike. Or, since we're talking about the swords and the ace coming in and allowing ourselves to deep into it, suspend our disbelief a little more often so that we can observe with a fresh perspective. When we see the Six of Cups, we see one child handing a cup filled with flowers to another. And there's something really beautiful, really pure, and just really easygoing. This is not meant to be a hard, you have to be childlike, but rather the option is to soften and to feel as we once did. But of course, that can be a little difficult. So if we're being offered a fresh perspective, and the best way to understand it is to look at it with childlike wonder, how do we harness this opportunity in childlike wonder? What's a medicine card for really for how to utilize what's being shown with a fresh eye, with childlike wonderment? How do we utilize this information? The Queen of Pentacles reminds us that we are abundant. So what we are meant to do with this information is to really sit with it and empower ourselves with it. We're meant to really allow ourselves to feel and to strengthen. With Queens, I often feel that this is a deepening within our power. When we're talking about Pentacles, we're talking about resources. That's not necessarily just money. It can also be our resources pertaining to, let's say, our ability to feel full, our ability to feel safe, our ability to maybe make money, but also to feel safe to share money, or to know when to hold them, when to fold them. I say that all the time, but when we need to buy the thing and when we don't necessarily need to. The Queen looks down on her pentacle in her lap in contentment as she is being framed by all of the lushness of her garden. She might look a little sad, but she's really just respectively reflecting. And that can be a great place to begin. Instead of panicking and hiding and trying to conserve our resources, it's important to utilize what we're learning, what's being offered to us, and see it in a pure way so that we can reparent ourselves and mother what is coming in. Now, some people might believe that the Queens, Kings, the Court cards represent other people, but if you've been here before, I feel that this is who we are being asked to be. So perhaps ask yourself, how can you become the queen of your own fortune? Or how do you, that powerful moon energy, really sit and reflect? Back in the day, women were actually the homemakers and were responsible for money and things like that. They would make sure that the house was in order, like so. Now we don't have to subscribe to these gender roles anymore, but if we are to look at the Queen as a kind of energy to tap into, this just might be a good energy to go, yes, I can take responsibility of what's going on in my motherfucking household. And I can make sure that shit is in order. You don't have to be a queen. You could be a man, woman, they, them, anyone, and sit on this throne and go, how do I take in this information, this new knowledge with fresh perspective and channel it into the structures of my home, my hearth, and make it work for me? Anyway, I hope that was supportive. Have a great rest of your day, babies. And until next time, take care of yourself. Drink water. And don't take shit too seriously. It's Sagittarius season. We can be party animals. Ha! Anyway, bye-bye.